Hey, this is Eric with Winger's Ale House and
Rich from Winger's Ale House.
And we are here with a new edition of Beer Talk. And today we're going to be doing a couple of different things. We're going to be talking about a couple of new Winger Bros standards that we have on draft. And we are out here right now at the West Valley, Utah Winger's Ale House store. And the reason why we're out here, first off, is we've got a few changes. We're actually implementing a new, we're calling it Ale House 101. We are adding a total of 101 total beers to this store, and we looked to add it to new stores along the way, but we're doing some fun stuff out here. Rich has been out here working. Tell him what you've been doing. You've been adding refrigeration, adding
a lot of beers. I mean, another 84 beers, 85 beers to the list, and you know, everything from your 12.2 all the way down to your 4.0, you know, so we have a little bit of everything. Almost any style you can think of. It's just absolutely incredible. And like I said, enough for the snobs and enough for the people that, you know, are maybe newbies to beer. A couple of them that we're going to talk about later is...
There's beer snobs?
Yeah, beer snobs,
There's
absolutely.
Like wine snobs, but we have beer snobs too.
Absolutely, and without those people, we'd never create anything new and
We
exciting.
love our beer snobs though.
Pick me.
That's like us. That's like us.
pick me. But you know, it's really cool because, you know, even like our Winger beers, you know, they're very sessionable. They're made more for your new drinkers or your everyday drinkers. And the new beers that we're bringing in, like I said, from not just the high point and low point, but from every flavor, from special bitters, you know, all the way through to a couple of really killer stouts. I mean, tons of IPAs. You know, we've got a lot of options. It's going to be absolutely awesome.
Pretty much any beer you want, we're going to be able to find. Now, we've got in our Utah, in this store, we have 24 taps. We are actually going to add the rest in bottles and cans. So we're going to be adding, not quite, but close to 80 more bottles and cans here, available soon. They'll be available in another week or two at the West Valley store. Then in more stores coming in the future. In Utah, we cannot serve draft beer that's over 5% ABV. So anything over 5% we need to serve in bottles or cans. So that's why we're going to have a large percentage of these fun, mostly local and regional craft beers. They're going to be in bottles and cans, but they're going to be high points, a lot of them. And so, but we're excited about that. But today, first off, we are going to be pouring hazy wheat Hefeweizen.
Our hazy wheat is really killer. It's a little bit more muted, you know, on a lot of the flavors that most wheats have. So it's not really heavy on the palate. It's not that super citrusy. It's just really nice drinking. It's like a 4.0. It's not really crazy, but I'll tell you, it is absolutely incredible to drink. If you're a snob, you'll have a lot of things to say, like it's not a strong wheat, but look at that. Look how incredible that is. That is a wheat beer.
So a good Hefeweizen. First off, they don't filter out the wheat. Most of the other Pilsners, ales, they actually filter out the yeast. Where a wheat beer or a Hefeweizen, they don't filter out the yeast, and thus you get a nice cloudy. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? That's because of the yeast in there. And it gives it that nice aroma. You can actually smell it. And
oh, that looks so good.
Damn, that's good. Even at 11 o'clock in the morning, that is good. Hefeweizens are one of my favorite. Definitely for a lot of people, sometimes a little more of a summer beer than a winter beer, but at the same time, it works year round. It might need to be more in here. I need to be next to Ricardo here. But absolutely, if you want a fantastic wheat beer, our hazy wheat Hefeweizen from Winger Bros is. Oh, Bruce needs a sip. Hang on. Hang on. Our cameraman Bruce Hansen needs a little taste. He's gonna. Look at it.
Stop!
Is it as good as we made it out to be?
That's good.
That's good. So the second one we were going to do today is our Pale Ale. our King's Tail Pale Ale by Winger Bros. Tell us a little about the Pale Ale.
See, this pale ale here again, like our wheat, is a little bit more muted in a lot of ways, so it's not this full, huge, big body beer. It has just a great taste if you're getting new into the pales, because pales are a little hoppy, usually sometimes a little bitter. This is light on all those aspects, and so it makes it a little easier to drink, and it makes it really, really nice to sit there, and you can have 2 or 3 with your meal, have a good time, hang out. But look at that color. Look at that color.
Ooh.
That is absolutely incredible.
Nice reddish bronze,
And-
almost a copper.
And they don't dry hop as heavy as like some of your others. Some of your, when you start getting the IPAs, of course, but some of your pales have that really hoppy. This is more of a malty, has a little bit of malty sweetness to it.
But this guy, it does have some hot, that head so beautiful, I don't even, well, I do. Definitely's got some more bitters going on here than with the
wheat,
with the wheat beer.
Absolutely.
They're absolutely delicious and gorgeous. Bruce, you need look at the difference in that first. There's our King's Tail Pale Ale, hazy wheat Hefeweizen. Look at that. Oh, how cloud!
You need a little orange or a little lemon on there.
You know, it's nice to actually to chase a King's Tail with a Hefeweizen. Bruce, you ought to try that King's Tail. I mean, our cameraman, if he can reach it. Oh, look at that. He's getting a boudoir shot of it.
Nothing like a little head. I think Bruce is sticking with the wheats.
Rich, what's the difference between a pale ale and an Indian pale ale?
Indian Pale Ale is hopped a lot more, so you get a lot more bitterness in there. It's a little stronger as well as far as your ABV or alcohol. This is, like I said, ours is a little muted compared, which makes it really nice to drink.
Muted on the hoppiness?
The hoppiness, but like I said, it has a little bit more of that sweet maltiness in it,
Yeah.
which makes it really, really easy drinking. But like I said, if you're just getting into the IPAs or you want to, that's the good starter gateway beer right there.
And you know the story why IPAs are more hoppy, right?
As far as the process or the story?
How IPAs came to be?
Oh yes. They dry hop them to preserve them, so they can throw them on their ships and
Boom.
Yep. So they can keep their sailors
Damn it,
drunk,
smart.
and they can get them
Well,
to work.
I don't think they were supposed to drink it, but I'm sure they did.
Well, a lot of it too is the water, during the time was not great. And by making beer and hopping it, it was a liquid that they could drink to stay hydrated. And that sounds funny, but that is the truth. That was the way they could drink something that was safe.
Hops was a natural preservative. It held the beer longer on those long trips down to India, but hops also add immense bitterness. So if you have a strong double IPA, really, really hoppy. But in fact, IPAs obviously are still one of the fastest growing, have been the last few years. And we talked about last time on Wonder, we've got Slay IPA, which is beautiful, beautiful. It's a session IPA, which means a session IPA means it's a 5% beer. So it's in relative terms compared to some IPAs, it's a little lower alcohol volume. But with the session IPA, it means you can have 2 or 3 of them and not get completely knocked out. Whereas if you've got a 9-10% double IPA, if you have 2 of those, you're going to be floating and definitely needing Uber to drive home. And so, a beautiful thing. Chance?
Yes, sir.
Here's Chance. Here's our general manager. What's your favorite Winger Brothers beer?
The Amazing One.
It's the one we didn't talk about today, and it's Chance's favorite. So, next time.
I'm a yellow beer guy.
You're a yellow beer guy?
I just like a basic American yellow beer, and I think that the Amazing.
We're going to compare Chance's. Rich, you've done this a couple times before.
Oh, and guess what? We just lost the tap.
Uh-oh, the keg's out.
That's reality right there. But you see the color of this thing?
Put that in there. Put that up there.
Look at this. This is what he's talking about, his yellow beer. That is absolutely beautiful. It tastes really light, but it has definitely a full flavor to it. Nice head. There's been a lot more of it if we had a lot more beer, but
I guess Time to change out the keg for the. It's been popular. It actually our
Number one seller.
Amazing Blonde is our #1 seller, and there's a reason why. That's a beautiful. You know, Go ahead, Bruce. I'm gonna try.
Somewhere heavy.
Oh, I love.
You know, in the Hefe,
Yeah,
we
weed is
make
so
our
good.
fish and chips with
I
this
just-
with that Hefe.
Bruce
And-
is signaling the Hef is your favorite, right? Yeah.
But yeah, the fish and chips we make with the Hefe, and it just makes an incredible beer batter for our fish.
So next time, we're actually going to be having a lot of our local microbrew representatives out here, and we're going to be interviewing them, and we're going to be talking about a lot of their beers. We're going to have, he doesn't even know it yet, but Jimmy Brown with Squatters Wasatch. He's going to come, and we're going to talk to him. He's going to bring some of their beers. They've got some phenomenal across-the-line beers, and we're going to let them talk about a sample, tell them how they came to be. And so we've got a whole series of these interviews that we're going to be doing with Utah microbrewers, and then we're going to be going outside of the state too. So thank you guys for this quick little rendition of Beer Talk with Winger's Ale House. I'm Eric,
I'm Rich.
and we will see you later. Thank you.